Can you tell me how many days this contract?
Oh yeah, he's here.
All right.
So what are you trying to do? There's one case she's been landed without loss.
LaShawn,
Yes.
Happy New Year. We made it to 2024. What? Now that's a disappointment. We didn't even have a zombie apocalypse. We came close though. And LaShawn, I was ready.
You're ready.
I was ready with my gumbo. Shocker or shocks, because I know you guys don't think I cook, but I did make gumbo. Why are you sounding so stunned? People think, surely it's obvious that I do eat on a regular basis.
I just thought that your mommy would have made it.
Oh no, my mom did make me breakfast every morning. But you know what she does, and people are shocked. When we were growing up, I never liked the hulls of the apple, which I know is healthy, but whatever. But I love green apples, so my mom will always peel it for me and cut it up in slices. And my brothers are like, "Look at you," and my mom's like, "That's my baby."
That's right. I know who the baby is.
All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, please let me know you are here. If you're not here, I'm going to assume that you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. Also, we are recessing at 11:45. Council. We're on the docket. Yeah. All right. We're recessing at 11:45 today. Anything that is not completed by that time, you're going to have to come back either tomorrow or Friday. Chardonnay Lockhart is in custody. Raymond Alejandro. Thank you. Adam Gonzalez. Amber Lopez, custody. Miguel Mesa. And custody is Joe Hernandez, James Andrade, Rosalinda Contreras, Renee Esparza. Okay. Yolanda Kaufman. And custody is Gary Foreman, Alexander Alvarez, Victor Escobar, Tina Marie Sanchez. All right. I guess nobody remembers the 80s the way I do, but that name is bringing Tina Marie vibes. Am I the only person who knows about Tina Marie? Okay. Square Biz.
Judge, I remember her.
Thank you. Square Biz, right? Juan, how do you pronounce the last name? Juan Olade, custody. George Hawkins.
He's president council here.
Thank you. Armando Regalado, custody. Preston Kim Lee. And custody is Carla Gonzalez. Jennifer Mora. Octavia Day. And custody, Joshua Espinoza. Mr. Martinez. Ralph Delgado. Mark Anthony Ramirez. Guillermo Camacho. Michael, thank you. Michael Campos. Jesus Hernandez. Christian Cordero. Andre Moody. That'll be at 11. Mark Aguilar, 11. Michael Thornton, 11. Jose Ruiz, custody. All right, is there anyone who came in late or your name was not called? All right, everyone. Confer with patience, kindness, with a smile on your face. It's the new year, so nothing could have gone wrong because we all made it to the new year. We're currently alive. So everyone, please confer. And remember, we're recessing at 11:45. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hello. I was like, did Jason not make it to the new year? My mom was going to be worried. She's going to be like, no, we have to shut the city down.
I waited on the elevator for 10 minutes.
Oh my
I
God.
was like, well, it's a different year, but same thing, waiting on an elevator.
Yeah. So did you enjoy the holidays?
Yes, I did. My little girl loved it. I put a zip line in my backyard.
Mhm.
She, like every morning, she's like, can I do the zip line? I go at 6 a.m. I go, no.
How many pounds does it hold?
350.
All right. So I'm going to be over there. Zip lining.
Bring friends.
Yeah. Oh, that is so awesome.
Yeah. Did y'all have a good holiday?
Oh gosh, we had an awesome
That's
time. And my, of course, seeing the holidays through children's eyes is so
Oh.
different. So my niece was there. We cooked. Our tradition, we always cook the day before.
Yeah.
So on Christmas Day, everybody's
relaxed.
you're just eating
That's great.
and you're sitting on stuff. Oh, what do you want? Oh. So it was good.
This year, people came to my house. My little girl, it was hilarious. My little girl,
Mhm.
because this is me and her.
Yeah.
But she's like, she got up, she went in the kitchen,
Mhm.
and I got her all these little like whipped cream,
Mhm.
but I got all these like the sprinkles,
Mhm.
and like I'd done it before for a party for her one time for just like for fun,
Mhm.
where I saw it on like Instagram or something.
Yeah.
You get the plastic cups and then you dip them in the whipped cream and then you
Yeah.
put them in the sprinkles,
Mhm.
and then you have them on the rim,
Mhm.
and then you put like Sprite or Punch or something in there.
Gosh.
She set up like 50 cups.
Oh my God.
Good cream on them already. Two people drank from it.
Oh my gosh.
But I did say, I was like, I go, it looked great. She had set it all up and she was putting out things. It was hilarious.
See,
She was like a
if I were
little
here,
homemaker. I was like, oh my God.
yeah, if I were here, you could have called me over. I would have brought some people. We would have taken out those cups.
Well, it's a fun idea for little kids. They
Yeah.
love it. But some adults do too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Oh, she loves doing that.
But my mom is always like a kid on Christmas. So of course, when we were growing up, she would sleep. We would get up at 6 a.m. Well, not me. I would always sleep. My mom was like, you're sleeping your life away. I always knew rest was going to be at a premium as I got older. But she would always now get up at like midnight. Yeah, I want to open presents.
Oh,
So it was a lot of fun.
oh, it is.
Yeah.
It was nice. And then I leave next week for
Mhm.
the wedding and
Yeah.
everything. So it's just like, I was like, I'm glad I get to come back for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then leave, because I was like, they were going to do it right after. And I'm like, oh gosh, don't do that, please. Because it's just like exhausting. It's fun and nice, but then at the end of the holidays, I'm just like tired. I mean, I got almost all my Christmas decorations down except for I was going to start it yesterday afternoon
Mhm.
and it started raining all the lights on the outside. But I got my Christmas tree down. I got everything.
See, I have gone to that stage where my Christmas decorations now consist of a wreath. I used to do that light where it flashes on the house.
Yeah.
I went from putting bulbs everywhere and it's like, wow, then it's like the light on the house
Oh yeah.
and still decorating the garage. And now I'm just like a wreath on the door and I change it and I'm done.
Well, that's what my sister is. She has like a Halloween wreath, a Thanksgiving,
Mhm.
and that's what she does. She goes to my mom's house and sets it out. I'm like, that's actually pretty good.
But then after that, mom and we started watching the series Brokenwood Mysteries.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All of the mysteries that are in New Zealand, England, I kid you not, about 4 people die in every episode. And my younger brother is good with numbers. I used to be good with numbers, but I'll ask him, hey, if 4 people die in every episode in this town, how long before there's nobody left in the town? And he sit there and he says, well, let me see, 4 people an episode. That's really probably 4 people a week. And then you have to factor in if somebody has grandchildren. And so he's like, by 2030, everybody's dead.
Regular deaths and then also births.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Brokenwood Mysteries is very good.
Oh, well, I'm caught on like now Pacific, the one about the World War II.
Oh,
It's like an HBO series, but it's like, I don't know how many episodes, but I'm on that right now.
oh, wow.
Because I have to get caught on things that have like at least 10 to 15 episodes because I do it on the Stairmaster or when I'm running.
Yeah.
So I hate it when I'm like bored and I was like, I want something that has a lot of like time.
See, I tell everybody I can't do treadmill, I can't do Stairmaster, I can't read in the car, read on the plane, or watch anything on the plane. I get nauseous and vertigo.
Oh God.
So if I walk, I have to walk somewhere.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I don't. My mom, same way. She's just like, but she got it later on. But a lot of people that I know now have some type of, vertigo. It's just, I mean, it's weird. But
yeah.
And it almost incapacitating at times. You're like, oh my God, especially driving or something.
Oh my gosh, yes. And then if I'm a passenger in the vehicle, I immediately fall asleep. And if you want me to be awake, I have to drive. Otherwise, I'm like,
Well,
so.
for packing, I'm gonna have to pack for her. I was like, oh my God. I haven't thought about packing.
Oh my God.
I was like, I'm gonna take like a carry-on. I was like, I'm gonna be there, and I'm like,
oh, you need more than a carry-on. How long are you gonna be gone?
I gotta find out if they want me to wear a suit or not during the ceremony. Because you're not gonna take a suit all the way over there and not wear it. So
I hope you're planning to go up at least 2 days before, because you never know about the plane situation.
Well, I'm supposed to be there Wednesday, and then Saturday's the actual wedding. So, and I thought about that. I was like, I'm not a big traveler like that, and I don't really care about Hawaii that much. The only reason I'm going is because of the wedding. But I mean, if I'm gonna go, I want to go and enjoy it and be there long enough. And they're staying at this nice resort, and I'm paying enough for it.
See, that is awesome. You know what? You need to put your cell phone on silent or even block certain numbers.
Well, I mean, I'm always thinking about the next case next month, and I'm like, I told these guys, I was like, I'm just gonna sail into this. When I come back, then I'm on.
Oh yeah, there you go. Because I'm telling you, the best thing for me was to take that time away and just be with family and not think about anything. Because otherwise, you end up getting burned out.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I used to do that. I used to do that all the. I used to never take a vacation ever.
Oh yeah.
I remember every year I'd give away about a week to the sick pool and stuff. But then after I had my little girl, I was like, I go.
Well, Grantley Box Hill, he would tell me I need to take vacations. And Cornelius Cox would tell me I need to vacation. I'm like, no, people need me. I got to do this. I got to do this. And they said, Stephanie, if something were to happen to you, God forbid, and you die, you know what would happen? And I'm thinking he's going to say, city's going to be shut down. There's going to be people not going to know what to do. He's like, I would be very sad and distraught. He said, but people would say, "Oh, okay, who's taking her cases? Move on."
Well, you see it on those they put those things. They go, somebody passed away from our office. They were not at the office when it happened, but the next day their desk was cleared out. The day after that, somebody else filled that office, and then a week from then, nobody even remembered. And so.
I tell you what, I always tell people when I pass, and I've already put it in my will, I would love to pass. And then for people to say, hey, we haven't seen her in 3 months. Where has she been? And for somebody to say, oh, she died 3 months ago. I just want it to be that way. I'm past the point. I don't even want a funeral because that's extra pressure on other people to do extra things.
Funerals aren't for the dead.
No.
So
somebody would have to write a program.
My aunt felt that way.
Yeah.
My Sarah, she when she passed, she goes, no. It was during the pandemic, but it wasn't from the pandemic. But she was like, I don't want anything. I want people to have, donate to any charity they want in my name, but I don't want a funeral. I just want to go.
See, she and I were so much alike, and we were birthday buddies too.
That's right.
November 2nd.
Well, here we go in 2024.
Oh yeah, we'll see what happens. Somebody already won the lottery in Austin.
Oh really?
I think it was 84 million they won.
I gotta start
at the ATV in Austin.
Hey, I mean, that's not a lot of money in Austin, but
yeah,
but I gotta start playing it to win it.
You do. And I always tell everybody it only takes one ticket. I'm in line sometimes and I'm just like, oh, why is this line so long? People are buying 500 tickets. I'm like, this is insane.
I told her right now that she needs to contact everyone.
That's right, it's the one sentence. From me to you.
I think we
Oh, you're welcome.
might have worked something out, so.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, you're welcome.
We didn't go take the visit. By the way, go to 175th.
Hey, Mom. Okay, I will.
Renee, did you have a problem?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
You see, I remember you telling me you'd be here early.
Oh, thank you, Mom. All right, ASAP, Mom.
But I'm not ready.
Bye-bye.
I need to approach the judge on two cases to make an announcement. And
Yolanda Kaufman, Preston Cam Lee, Jennifer Mora,
How many days that Chardonnay Lockhart has here?
Rosalinda Contreras. Come up, please. And I'm sorry, defense, the deputies have requested that defense
This side?
side, yes.
Judge, I just got used to that other side.
I know, but you know, for security reasons,
Okay.
whatever the deputies say with security, I am for.
Me too.
You know, I'm a firm believer of everybody staying in their lane.
Oh.
Pat Hancock, happy birth month.
You know what, Judge, that's
A wrong thing, because it has you listed.
but I will be thinking about it.
All right, it has you listed as 21.
Like that.
Mhm.
I have to file right here.
You're welcome. All right, who's the prosecutor on Rosalinda Contreras?
Hey, Judge. Hi.
Oh, hi, you're on this side.
Oh, okay.
They switch
Uh,
those around.
The deputies have asked that we rearrange it this way.
I showered.
All right, so where are we on discovery?
Oh, Judge, I'm not sure. I believe there's a motion from defense.
Yes, Judge,
There's a motion. What's the motion?
well, it's not a motion, Judge. I just appeared and my client has advised me she's going to be retaining counsel.
All right, who's going to be your attorney?
If you can give me some time, I could look for one. I actually have somebody in mind, but not too sure yet.
All right, I'm going to give you a reset. And when I give you this reset,
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
going to need to come back with that attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
And counsel, you're still on the case until
Okay.
that attorney shows. Can I have a reset form, please?
As far as discovery goes, Judge, it looks like everything is in the file though.
All right, was this blood or breath?
It was blood.
All right, is blood discovery uploaded?
That we probably do need the full blood packet.
Okay.
And for the record, there is a BD recall on the tubes, on blood tubes. So
Okay.
that would be a good idea for the next council. I'll file it if she gets somewhere, if she doesn't get somewhere in the next few days. Sure. Of course. Thank you.
All right, we're going to recall this for discovery to make sure that you have everything that you're supposed to have. And we're going to put it on January 29th. And if there's a motion that needs to be filed, then it needs to be filed at that time.
Okay.
And if you're going to have an attorney, you need to have an attorney by January 29th. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
What is that?
Some of the microphones, Judge.
Okay.
We'll sign that. Sure. Okay. It's Jason's. No, because he has the one on the floor.
Oh, and the seat cap seat, yeah, we have the seat card.
No problem.
Alexandra Alvarez. Alexandria Alvarez.
Judge, you want her to approach also?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I'm on this side, right? Yes, sorry.
All right. Hello, Ms. Alvarez. Where are we on this case?
Judge, where we're at, I think there's a 4 to 200 case pending that's unindicted, and it's a different attorney. She has 2 state jail felonies that have been indicted. The district attorney's ADA, they don't have the lab results back on the bigger case, and he's looking at maybe making an offer starting from the top, but he can't do that because he doesn't have the lab results.
All right, when are y'all expecting lab results?
I'm not sure, Judge. I think I'm not sure what the turnaround on that is, but if we could get a reset, I will email the intake attorney today and say, hey,
all right, there's nice elevator music, but yeah. All right.
To ask them to, we just don't have the labs yet. I checked on Veripic, we don't have them yet. So if we could get, I know it's maybe like a 30-day reset or a 45-day reset if the court is inclined to do that. Whatever.
All right. We will recall this back. Who is the other attorney on this case?
John Robertson, Judge.
All right. We're going to do a recall for February 26th. I'm sorry, not the 26th, because that's a trial. We're going to recall it for February 20th.
28.
20th, 20.
Okay. And I have another matter on these cases, Judge.
All right, just one moment.
February 20th.
Can I get a reset form? Oh, thank you. And I'll give your client a reset form just in case she is released.
My mom just got here.
These cases after these other cases. What's the date on that?
That one was after.
What's the date?
7/4/2025.
And what is your motion, counsel, or your issue?
Judge, I have a motion to set bond on cause number 2023 CR 10964.
All right, so on that one, we will have it sent to Judge Nahara, and Judge Nahara will have to hear it.
Judge, I mean, he's already given his bond recommendation.
Oh, there's other, due to the legislature and the new rules with the legislature, there are other things that have to happen. But we're going to call down to Judge Nahara to get this done today, okay? So just let her have a seat, and we'll call down to Judge Nahara. So it'll be done today.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Or they may give us a setting also, or
There's a reset form, just sign it. Raymond Alejandro. All right, so the last time we were here, a transcript was needed. Do you have a transcript?
We do, Your Honor.
All right, so then we need to go to a jury trial unless you all are deciding to enter a plea.
No, Your Honor, I think we would need a trial.
All right, so I'm gonna bring you all back on January 16th.
Here, 16. Thank you, Judge.
All right, let me give you a reset form. Is there any outstanding discovery?
Not that I'm aware of, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
And then after I give you the reset form, you are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
And let me see if I have a discovery acknowledgement. Okay, I don't have a discovery acknowledgement. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
YouTube. How are we doing?
And Mr. Allen, here's the reset form. Thank you. And counsel, if you want to take that motion to Judge Nahara, you can.
Yeah, right now?
Yes,
Sure.
I'm talking to Lindsay right now. She's with her, and I'm here. I'm talking to her right now.
Okay. What floor is he on?
He's in James all the way to
Basement of the old courthouse.
What used to be a felony impact back in the days?
Huh.
It got moved.
She'll be on hold for pre-court.
It's in the basement of the old courthouse.
Y'all gonna bring the defendant?
Yeah, we're taking her down there to the holding area and 3 court officers will go get her.
Okay, so y'all are gonna send a file down there.
I would have to do this.
Oh, you're gonna take the file. So I don't,
Okay.
I just need to go down there.
I'll send it down.
Okay, so I don't take anything down there but myself.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And she's on hold for pre-court, so whenever the day is there, grab her. She'll be waiting.
All right, can I see the parties on Guillermo Camacho?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court is calling 2022 CR 6642, State of Texas versus Guillermo Camacho.
Which side?
This side. Can our parties announce for the record, please, for the state,
Hank, welcome to the stage.
for the defense?
I'm here, Memorial, Your Honor.
And are you Guillermo Camacho?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Camacho, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Guillermo Camacho who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 6642 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on May 1st, 2023 for a term of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Your Honor, it's Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas. It's violated condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Guillermo Camacho, the then and mayor, failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of June and July 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
That's true, ma'am.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you to 4 years in prison and up to $1,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true Is there a proposed agreement?
No, Your Honor, there is a state recommendation and a defense recommendation.
All right, state, what are you recommending?
Your Honor, we're recommending a drug court evaluation in custody. And if he's not accepted into the drug court program, then state ISF cognitive tract treatment.
All right, defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, in this case, Mr. Camacho attempted to contact his probation officer, but wasn't able. And then he ran into some health issues with his mother, Judge. And as the court is very well aware, these issues snowball. And once they know that there's a warrant, they don't report. Mr. Camacho also has expressed regret in this. He accepts responsibility, Judge. We're asking for intensive outpatient treatment program with a zero tolerance, Your Honor.
All right, so outpatient treatment is off the table. All right, so we're at the point of, Mr. Camacho, I want you to hear me. We're at the point of whether or not I'm going to revoke you or not. You understand? Because I know that I tell everybody if there's an issue with probation, they can always come to the court and address that. The not reporting is an issue. Probation, what are you requesting?
I request the drug court evaluation in custody, and if not, and a tap in custody. And at that point, we can, depending on the results, bring them back to court or state ISF.
All right. And is there something you would like to say?
I know I
want to
can.
raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Guillermo Camacho.
All right, what would you like to say?
I would just like to say that I tried calling my probation officer. My mom, till this day, till right now, she's very sick and she's still in Mexico. All I beg for you, I know I can finish this program and
So did you go to Mexico?
No, my mom, but I know I messed up, but I'm here in front of you, ma'am. I know I can finish this if granted, but I don't think I have a problem to go to a program ISF. I don't.
You have a problem with not reporting?
The only thing, yes, I understand that, but I'm asking you, I do respect, man. I can finish this, and I'm here in front of you. I can do this, and that was the only mistake I made.
No, those were choices you made.
Exactly, and consequences come with the choices I make. And I'm here, and I'm being very polite with you.
So this is what I want you to understand. You were placed on probation May 2023, right? I gave you conditions May 2023. I know that I asked you if there was anything else you needed from the court. If there was, I would have gave it to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And based upon the conditions that I set for you were based upon what you told me, right?
Yeah.
And I know that I told you to do 90 sober meetings in 90 days because there was an issue.
Yes, ma'am.
So what did you do? May, I placed you on probation, right? Then, according to the violation that you just pled true to, you get out of custody in June 2023, no reporting. July 2023, no reporting. So when and where were you arrested? Or did you turn yourself in?
No, they went and picked me up.
From where?
From a couple of streets where I live from. I wasn't hiding.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I wasn't hiding, man. I'm just like, I know I can do this. And I'm looking at you straight in the eye. Give me a chance, man. Please.
Oh, I am going to give you a chance. I'm not going to revoke you unless you want to be revoked, but I'm going to give you some choices, okay? So are there any questions before I give him his choices?
No go.
All right, here are your choices. Your underlying sentence is 4 years prison. I'm going to give you a choice. You can either be continued on probation. You're going to remain in custody for a drug court evaluation. Drug court is very quick. Your evaluation will probably take place this week. If they have room for you, they'll probably place you in their program. If they don't have room for you, they're not going to place you in the program. Or you're going to go to ISF. Or if you want, I can revoke you, give you 3 years. You do your 3 years, you'll be done. You'll probably be out before the 3 years are up. That's the one thing that you can listen. I used to always tell my clients, please do not listen to inmates at the jail because they're not attorneys. But one thing inmates at the jail can tell you that is true. They can tell you when they're catching chain to go to prison or wherever they're going. and they can tell you how much time people are actually doing at the prison. Those are two things you can trust that inmates tell you. Everything else, I went to the law library and this is what I did. No, but those two things normally were true. So which would you prefer? I can continue you. You're going to go to custody. You're going to remain in custody till you're reviewed for felony drug court. Felony drug court will probably see you this week, make a decision on you this week. If they decide they don't have room, or if that you're not a good candidate for that, then you go into ISF, or you can go to prison for 3 years. Which would you prefer?
Drug court.
All right. This is what I'll do. Then I'll deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include a referral to felony drug court. If not accepted, then ISF cognitive. And did you do the 90 sober meetings? So what have you done on probation?
Worried about my mother.
No. So that means you've done nothing on probation, right?
Ma'am.
And let me just tell you, you say you're worried about your mom,
Yes, ma'am.
but not doing your probation is making her worry. Now she's worried probably about whether her son is going to prison. You understand? So it's going to be ISF cognitive if not accepted into felony drug court. And this is to take place in custody. Is there anything else that you need from this court to be successful on this probation?
That's it.
Is there anything that you do not understand?
Understand everything, ma'am.
All right. And probation, did you all have a chance to do the gang evaluation?
No, Your Honor.
All
I
right.
never went to my house, man. Like you remember you had put
Hmm?
you had said that the gang evaluation, they never went to the house too.
We need a good address.
All right. So
That's an
they need an address.
221.
No, well, she'll be able to get it from you. But here's the thing. You are on probation. You got to be proactive, right? It's the same thing when you're trying to get a job, when people sit around and saying, what I put in my application, I'm waiting for them to call me. You need to pick up the phone and call somebody. And all you had to do, if probation wasn't contacting you, was walk into this courtroom and say, hey, I've been trying to get in touch with probation. There's a probation officer right there. And you know what I would have done? I would have said, let's pick up the phone and call that probation officer. Problem solved. But instead, what did you do? You didn't report for 2 months. Basically, you haven't reported since May of 2023. And here we are in 2024. You're going to have to do better. You're looking at 4 years in prison. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you. Anything else you need from the court?
Thank you.
So wait a minute. I want this on the record. If there's an issue with probation and you feel like they're not addressing it, you can come to the court. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yolanda Kaufman. Jennifer Mora. All right. All right, Miss. All right, thank you. Just have a seat. Okay. Who is it? Okay, let me find him. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Second for me.
Nice try.
We were for the dog show. Done. I'll give them. Very good. Yeah. Jesus. You weren't supposed to be listening to.
Hey, I'm always listening. I'm like Santa.
Good to know.
Jesus Hernandez.
I'm glad. It would have been fun, but.
Are you all ready? Oh, I'm sorry, you're on this side.
Oh.
It's for security reasons.
I changed it. Oh, no worries.
So are you all ready to proceed on this?
We are, sure.
All right. I don't have a trial court certification.
Oh, wait. No. I'm sorry. When you asked if we're not pleading true. We need to get a contested setting date. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's the new number one alleges county is from Maverick County. So if you would give us as much time as you're comfortable giving us, I need to contact Maverick County and see if we're going to be able to get witnesses here for that, and also discovery to provide to defense.
All right. And number 6 is departing Bexar County.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. That shouldn't take that long. Whether somebody departed Bexar County, it's sort of like not reporting.
I mean, they would still have to prove that he left the county without the permission of the court, and I'll leave it up to them as to how they're going to prove that. But the bigger matter is the new number one that I have no information on whatsoever. And unless they're prepared to waive it today, I mean, I need to get discovery and some time to prepare for that.
Okay.
So.
All right. Norma?
Yes, ma'am.
I need a contested hearing on this case. And it needs to be in the first week in February.
I can do.
So we have February 1st available. That's the first week in February. All right.
I can do February 8th.
All right, February 8th.
Okay, I'm not out of county, so.
All right, your contested hearing is going to be on February 8th. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
I will know for February 8th. He's going to call me. Maverick's going to say we're not going to come down. Jesus Hernandez.
Norman, can you give him a reset form just in case he is released?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Jesus Hernandez.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll see if Odyssey actually works.
Cut him loose. Yeah. So Maverick will get him, or at least pick him up.
Maybe somebody wants to come to the room.
I don't think, I'm going to have faith in the Odyssey system, even though I should not. All right, Norman, he needs a reset form.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
He lost the show.
I know.
I know how happy you are. It's okay.
No, I'm not. Let me just tell you, I am not happy, but this is where my disappointment is. You have divisions that have their championship bowl game for their division, right?
Yeah.
To me, Georgia should have been in the playoffs. The fact that they lost to Alabama, that should not have excluded them from the playoff picture.
The great debate continues. I don't disagree.
No.
I really don't. And Florida State, who complained the most, I mean, lost by 7 points.
They lost by 60.
Their quarterback decided not to play.
But here's the thing. My understanding with Florida State, they had maybe 12 to 14 players who said we're not playing.
Yes.
So I mean, what can you do? Then you're probably suiting up a Pop Warner team.
It appeared that way.
Yeah.
It really did.
But and on a lighter note, LSU won, and we still have
a game. I watched that game.
Let me just tell you, our defense.
I thought y'all would handle Wisconsin much better than
our defense. And talk to Brian Kelly about that.
They didn't have their quarterback either, too.
No,
y'all didn't.
But that doesn't matter. You cannot depend on your offense scoring on every possession. That's asking a lot. That's how you get turnovers.
Still a good game, though. It was very good.
But I'm going to look and do some research. I don't think our defense has been, the way it's been for a while.
Shore it up.
Yeah.
We need to get some defensive players in there.
I mean, here's the thing. We have the defensive players. When you have people coming to your school that are number 1, number 2 in the nation, and you do nothing with that. And then when draft time comes for, the football league, what ends up happening? LSU always has people going first round. And they do great. And you're like, okay, what happened?
College football is changing dramatically for a number of reasons. I mean, I don't know what it's headed in a good direction or not. I really don't. I mean, and this year's bowl season is a strong indication of, I don't know.
Well, we're picking up players.
But for both of us, there's always next year.
There is next. Talk to Cornelius.
There's,
they didn't make a bowl game.
Do all the time.
But next year will be great. We shall see.
They want to decide.
You need to speak.
To the bottom?
Yeah, or whatever, right?
She's disputing
I mean, it's really good bets. They're 5 on 11 under. Yeah, it was. I think it's right. Mine was 1 for me. There was like 290. And we like.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
The biggest message we can talk about.
Judge, may I?
Yes.
How are you this morning?
All right. How's everything going? I like the haircut.
Thanks. It's a journey.
Oh, hey, but you know what? As long as you're embracing it and you own it, then it's great. Just embrace it.
Well, you know, I had extensions for 10 years.
Oh,
And
wow.
I took them out. I didn't even know I had curly hair. I thought I had frizzy hair.
Oh, my gosh.
Like just, which it still a little frizzy, but yeah, so we'll see. I'm here on a Preston Cam Lee. And he's present.
All right. You'll need to ask that the file be pulled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no problem.
Can I push the judge on Preston Cam, please? Can't, like Cam is one word and Lee is the next.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he was touching. And like,
All righty. Preston Cam Lee. All right, who's the prosecutor?
I was talking to Jason about it.
Okay. All right, so where are we on this case?
So, and Jason, hopefully I'm concise, but essentially there's a DWI associated with this case. However, it is still a red file in the misdemeanor court. They have reset it for February 27th. So I'm asking that this case also be set for February 27th because how we resolve the DWI is gonna affect how we resolve this case. Is that a fair?
It's a fair assessment.
All right. So I will normally put this on February 27th. If the DWI case is not taken care of by February 27th, then we're going to be doing something with this case.
That'd be fine, Judge.
Yeah, we'll keep.
And do y'all have all the discovery?
Technically no, because of the red file, we are waiting for blood results tied to the DWI, which of course is out of the same interaction.
Technically, yes, on this case.
Okay.
No on the misdemeanor.
Okay. All right. We'll see y'all back on February 27th. And
you.
you need to make sure that you're on time. You understand?
So.
All right. Thank you.
May we be excused?
Yes, once you sign the reset.
Awesome. Thanks.
Chardonnay Lockhart.
Turn the microphone. I'll teach you that.
It looks like a drink.
Just give me one moment. Computer's a little bit slow. All right. Are y'all ready to proceed?
Defense is ready, Your Honor. Yes,
All right, court is calling 2022 CR 3597. I'm sorry, you all need to be silent in the box wearing the record. Ms. Kramer? That's okay. You can ask them to move your client down to the other end. Court is calling 2022 CR 3597, State of Texas versus Chardonnay Leanne Lockhart. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Again, U.S. Court for the State of Texas.
Defense?
Mark Darling for the defendant.
And are you Ms. Lockhart?
Yes, ma'am.
Going to show you a document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Are you the same Chardonnay Leanne Lockhart who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 3597 for the offense of attempted arson, reckless causing damage on May 15, 2023 for a period of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Chardonnay Leanne Lockhart, then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of August and September 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Your Honor, the state waives all the violations.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail and up to a $4,000 fine? Did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. The proposed agreement is for 272 days in the Bexar County Jail and for this to satisfy the judgment since it's a Class A misdemeanor.
All right. Has she done anything on probation?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Then why would, well, all right. So you've done nothing on probation. Probation, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, after she was here last in court, she just did not show up anymore. So we understand that there may have been or may be some issues as far as maybe possibly homelessness and so forth. And we were going to ask just to amend for a moral recognition therapy, job skills training, and possibly the reentry center for services.
All right. And will this be set up while she's in custody if I follow this?
We can't set up those things in custody, Judge.
All right. All right.
At the time, Judge, just to also, I know you have your docket sheet. Mm-hmm. She was evaluated for DDRF. However, we could not do DDRF because at the time she was pregnant. Don't know what the status is of that is at this particular moment, but we just don't have enough to go off of to give any other recommendation, Judge.
All right, Miss Lockhart, can you raise your right hand for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Chardonnay Lockhart.
All right.
Chardonnay Leanne Lockhart.
All right. Miss Lockhart, what's the status of the pregnancy?
I'm not pregnant any further.
Okay.
Judge,
I mean, how do you mean?
Okay. All right. So here's my issue. I don't know if anybody wants to ask any more questions, but I'm not going to give her 272 days in the Bexar County Jail. If she wants to be revoked, she can be revoked. I'll give her 365 days at the Bexar County Jail, or she can, or I will follow the probation's recommendation.
you understand? Do you agree? Judge, it's Ms. Lockhart's wish that you do send her to 365 days in the Bexar County Jail after revocation. versus, the alternative, she doesn't wish to make
Right,
those
it'll be a
efforts.
$4,000 fine, and time and money is not going to run concurrent.
Well,
because let me just tell you, Mr. Lockhart, here's what the problem is. The problem is here is that you're on deferred for an attempted arson. You're homeless. You have no job. You've been staying from hotel to hotel. You're going to end up potentially, if I just send you out in the world, you're going to end up getting another theft case, or something else is going to end up going wrong with your life if you don't get stable. The only thing that I can do other than continue on probation is maxing you out. And the reason why I would max you out is because you have done nothing. And the reason why I will not run time and money concurrent is because you have done nothing. So the choice is yours.
I pay them.
well, then you can choose the maximum sentence of 365. Tell the judge.
Like you stated, the first
Yeah, I'll tell the judge.
Yes, what would you like to do?
Okay, I would like to do the 365 and pay the $4,000 fine.
All right. Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yeah,
you want to talk to her about that?
Well, I did, and I filed the trial court certification along with the explanation before she signed it. So, as I told you, you're not going to be able to appeal your decision to enter a plea of truth. So you effectively waived it by tendering that document.
Well, Ms. Lockhart,
you're not going to have a right to appeal.
If you want the court to sentence you to the 365 days with a $4,000 fine, time and money not run concurrent, are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Court will grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you to 365 days in the Bexar County Jail, give you credit for any time served. There's a $4,000 fine. Time and money is not to run concurrent. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am, I did understand.
All right, because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Christian Cordero.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. Are you all ready to proceed?
Your Honor, we were going to respectfully ask for about 1 week time.
Come down, Mr. Cordero. I'm sorry, Cordero. All right. Why are you all asking for time?
Your Honor, my client was held in Guadalupe County on a warrant for approximately 90 days. And this happens, no big deal, but the paper is not here. And so I just wanted some time to try to run it down over there so we could show his extra time because he'll be due in time.
All right. Then you all want to just pick up the phone and call them? You're an officer.
I have tried that and I have not been successful.
Does anybody want to call the public defender's office over there and ask them to look up how much time he has, or call which jail was he at?
Guadalupe County.
Anybody want to call Guadalupe County Jail and ask them?
Guadalupe County. I know she's a prosecutor. Alex Cepeda works over there as a prosecutor.
All right. Could you call them and ask them how much time he has?
What's his information?
All right.
I just need to sit and all that.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a different number, but Christian Cordero.
We're stepping into the new year solving problems.
That's it.
You're right. So just give us a moment.
What's your name? Okay.
All right, Joe Hernandez.
You think it's not? Yeah. There's a warrant on the warrant. Okay, so you tell them, I'll get them there. Yeah, you have to, you be yours.
All right. Ms. Kramer, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, who's the prosecutor on Joe Hernandez?
Jason.
All right. Where are we on discovery?
The state is still reaching out, trying to get some surveillance video from the hotel. And there are some witnesses and or complainants that the state still has not been able to contact.
All right, state, how much time do you think you need?
Judge, the actual videos are not in possession of BCSO or
Okay.
the state, so that may not be an issue, other than us just trying to obtain them. And to contact the victim, Judge, just a regular reset of a couple of weeks should be sufficient.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you recall this for 30 days? If you all want to come back sooner than that, just let Ms. Ferguson know.
If I see that the hotel surveillance should be a game changer one way or the other, so if I see it uploaded, I'll talk to Jason.
All right.
Thanks, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Maybe
What date?
excuse, I know I need to get the reset.
All right, February 6th.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Jose Barrera.
That's me, Your Honor. It's not on the docket.
Oh, okay.
It's actually set for Monday.
Yes.
And I was hoping that I could either come on Tuesday or Wednesday for him instead.
All right, sure. Ms. Ferguson, can we recall this case for Tuesday?
Yes.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, ma'am.
All right. You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
And Norma, I'll give you the file back. And Ms. Lufton, is your client on bond?
He is. Yes.
All right. Will you let him know?
Of course. Yes.
Okay. Bashan, can I see you for a moment?
No.
Farmer again. He's on the, this is in the middle.
In the middle.
Oh, I'm over. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I get up to yeah.
Okay, sure, no problem. Don't run. We don't want any accidents in 2024. Stroll. Enjoy the scenery of the repairs that are needed.
We have
Yes.
some information, Judge.
Yes.
So my client spent 80 days in the Guadalupe County Jail.
Mhm.
He was transported directly from Guadalupe to Bexar County. It was in 2020. What we don't have, and we're not able to get, is a booking, you know, the booking paper that says, hey, you've been arrested. It was a burglary vehicle case over there. You've been arrested for this, and we're booking you on the Bexar County warrant. So we're certainly happy with 80 days. That would be the most, but I can.
Well, I mean, you're an officer of the court.
Right. I mean, and that's why I'm telling you, I don't know. I know for sure that he at one point was charged with that over there. He's certainly entitled to that credit. I don't have the paper that would show the full 80.
Okay.
But that's where we are.
All righty.
So if you're amenable to 80, then we can definitely do it today. I talked to the prosecutor. He doesn't care. So.
Yes, of course. You're an officer of the court and I'm taking your word.
Okay. Fair enough.
Sure.
Okay. So we have an agreement. My other question, Judge, is he's going to plead guilty to a misdemeanor. Can we send him this afternoon, or do you know how?
Sure, if you'll talk to the deputies and talk to that other court.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, if you're ready.
Yes, ma'am, we're ready.
All right, could I see Christian Cordero, please? Court is calling 2021 CR 7771, State of Texas versus Christian D. Cordero. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
For the state.
Defense.
Travis Kettner, Your Honor, for Christian Cordero. We're ready.
Are you Christian Daniel Cordero?
Yes, Your Honor.
Going to show you what's entitled. Just one moment. All right, in the box, if y'all could please whisper because you're talking behind the court reporter. All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. And also First Amendment motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? You're gonna need to speak up.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you all need to whisper in the box. All right. Are you the same Christian Daniel Cordero who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 7771 for the offense of burglary habitation force on October 8, 2021 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes.
All right, state.
Sorry.
And also in this case, I don't have a trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal.
I apologize.
That's okay.
I'll take it.
Judge, this is on the First Amendment motion. On or about the 20th day of November 2023 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Christian Daniel Cordero committed the offense of unlawful carry of a weapon in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Violating condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Christian Daniel Cordero is then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December 2022 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. Violating condition number 4 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Christian Daniel Cordero did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. Your Honor, we waive the other violations alleged in the motions.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Did you understand by pleading true to violations 1, 4, and 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, sir.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of conditions 1, 4, and 4?
Yes.
Court will find violation of conditions 1, 4, and 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. We're asking that you adjudicate the defendant guilty, grant the motion to adjudicate the defendant guilty and sentence the defendant to 5 years in the prison. The state will take into consideration the new number ones, which are the UCW handgun is CC 721928, and the drug charges are case number 739382, 739383, and 739384.
All right, is that the agreement?
It is, Your Honor. I just want to come back to the 80 days that we've talked about my client receiving credit that he was held on a warrant on this case in the Guadalupe County Jail while he had a case pending over there, in addition to it's approximately 130 days.
All right, are you asking the court to follow this agreement?
Yes.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes.
All right, you need to do a trial court certification, counsel.
I left the cause number blank.
That's okay. All right, Mr. Cordero, obviously you have some issues. If you would like, I can request a therapeutic community for you. Whether or not you are placed in the therapeutic community is completely up to the prison. I have no control over it. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. It's to address any drug issues that you may or may not have. And also it can help you with any type of mental health issues that you may or may not have. Do you understand?
Yes.
Would you like that or no? It doesn't increase the length of time that you're at the jail or at the prison.
No.
All right. How old are you?
21.
All right. So you're 21. You're starting off your life in a bad way. You are on deferred adjudication. All you had to do was complete this successfully and you could be free in the world, but you chose prison. You understand?
Yes.
All right. The court is finding 1, 4, and 4 true. Going to sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. Take in consideration County Court cause number 721928, NITMAC number 739. Just 1 second. 739383, 739384. And there was one other.
Yes, sir. 739382.
739382. And I'll give you credit for time served that you served in Guadalupe County of 80 days.
Thank you.
And there's to be no contact with Jose Garcia, Johnny Alonzo, and Joshua Reyes. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. I don't know what's happening with young people these days, but I would always tell people, life is simple, people make it hard. People don't believe me when I say this, but my mom would tell you, I never gave her any trouble. My mom set ground rules and says, this is your curfew. My curfew, if it was at 9 o'clock, I would be at home by 8:30 because things can happen. People would say, Stephanie, why are you not challenging her curfew? And you know what I would tell them? My mom, I think she loves me. So obviously she's setting this curfew for a reason. Whether I think it's arbitrary or not, doesn't matter. These are the rules. And guess what? I would be home at 8:30. Everything would be fine. Now, my brothers, sometimes they would come in past the curfew and they would get punished. And I'm like, all you had to do was come in by curfew time. You wouldn't even receive any punishment. So for you, you're going to have to change your ways. Otherwise, what's going to end up happening, you're going to find yourself in and out of prison, in and out of jail in different counties. You need to make sure you get your GED at the prison. You can get your GED for free. You can even get a college degree for free. I had to pay back loans for my education, but you'll be able to do it for free. Taxpayers, somebody's paying for it. You understand?
Yes. Yes.
If you don't change your life, it's not going to go well for you. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. George Hawkins. And I'm sorry, in counsel, the clerks already know to put the 80 days in, but if you want to recheck, you're more than welcome to do so.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. All right, where are we on this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, and I'm sorry, defense, you're on this side.
Rest the area.
Things have changed in the new year.
Okay, so defense is on the side.
Yes.
Good. Yes, Judge. We're here in Mr. Hawkins' matter. He's currently, this is the individual I brought to the court's attention. He was in Laurel Ridge. He recently got out and he's starting VA intensive outpatient this upcoming Thursday. I've been speaking with the states and they're realizing that the treatment would be good for him, that if he kind of does the treatment, follows the program, they may be entertaining a possible PTD offer to mirror some of the treatment that he's going to be getting with the VA judge. So we're just requesting just a short reset so that the state can reach out to the complaining witness, the officer in this case, and make sure that he's okay with it, and to also see his progress about getting counseling. He's going to be doing 3 times a week, 3 hours group, and then after that, he's going to be doing 9 weeks of individualized sessions with the VA. So I spoke to his case manager and verified all that, and he'll be started up this Thursday with that counseling.
All right. So is there going to be any motions filed for competency or sanity or anything of that nature?
I would like to get a second opinion.
A second opinion for what?
For mental ability.
Well, Judge, she's going to be seeing a psychiatrist this Thursday.
I don't believe I should have had been forced to take that medication.
Okay. All right. Now see where we are. So here's the thing. I'm not a medical doctor, and you need to talk to your medical doctor about medication if you have any concerns over it. I sometimes would have.
I don't understand how the officer was allowed to put me in handcuffs and place me in back of a police car for not taking medication.
She can't get into that because it's the facts of the case, so we can't talk about that.
Yeah. So your attorney is right. With regards to the facts of your case, that's something that will be brought out to the court if there's a jury trial or if there's a specific motion for the court to hear. You understand?
Yes.
All right. So is there going to be any competency evaluation file, or are we going the route of Veterans Treatment Court or the route of PTD?
I believe at this point, Judge, she's going to see the psychiatrist, the doctor at the VA on Thursday. So depending on what he states, I may follow the competency issue or insanity issue, but I did get notice that he's going to be meeting with the doctor this Thursday. Okay. So I think we'll be able to know more or less what those doctor's findings were and where we're at.
All right, so that's happening this Thursday?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you put this the last week in January?
Your Honor, is
Yes.
it possible to have a doctor evaluate me? board licensed by any state other than Texas.
You'll have to speak to your attorney. So I'm not in charge of giving a doctor to you. That's something your attorney will have to request. Do you understand?
Okay.
All right. So which date?
The 29th, Judge.
All right. So we're going to be coming back on January 29th.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Hawkins, I appreciate you asking these questions. I always want people to appear before me. If you have a question about something, just ask it. If it's something that I can't answer for you, I'll let you know. All right?
Yeah, it's just I've been lied to a lot of times to Texas police officers.
Mm-hmm.
And I just would like my time in court.
All right. So what will end up happening is your attorney, the complainant in this case, your attorney will be able to speak with them, and the state's attorney will be able to speak to them as well. And we'll go from there. But in this court, there's a process to everything. So I want to make sure that you're ready to proceed before we start with witnesses and that type of thing. Okay. All right. So we'll come back on January 29th. Is there anything else?
Nothing further from defense. Judge.
All right. Thank you.
Get the reset form.
And if you'll just make sure the copy goes to the clerks. And then the county court case, you can talk to the state, but usually the defense will take those down to that court.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Oh, and actually, I think that may need, does that go to you all, Norma?
No, it goes to the state.
Yes.
They'll take it up to you. You can take the purchase.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Everyone, the court is recessing at 11:45. If your case is not heard by me at that time, do not bother approaching the court coordinator saying, oh, can I bring this back in 2 weeks? Because it's coming back either tomorrow or Friday. Mark Anthony Ramirez.
Ready. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
It was a kind of a tiring trip with those teenagers.
But I'm sure it was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
It's always not, I tell you, when you see the season through a child's eyes, it's so much different. It makes you excited about it again.
We could have used a little more snow, but you know, the place we went to where they could ski was they make their own snow.
Oh, wow.
They have some kind of a machine that, you know, throws
Well,
stuff
I
out.
was still the same as I've been every year since I was born. I could not stay awake for Santa. By the time they woke me up, Santa was gone.
Oh, these guys would stay up watching TV till 1 or 2 in the morning. We'd be passed out.
Yeah. All right. Court is calling 2023 CR 1266, State of Texas versus Mark A. Ramirez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Gearhead, Your Honor.
Defense?
For Mr. Ramirez.
Are you Mr. Ramirez?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Are you the same Mark A. Ramirez who was placed on community supervision in 2023 CR 1266 for the offense of unlawful possession of firearm by felon on February 27, 2023 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 1 on or about the 17th.
Just 1 second. I do not have.
Motion for supplement.
Let me see if I can find the supplement. I don't have that. Just 1 second.
It was signed on the 14th of December.
Ah, all right. Thank you. Bashan, you're on it. I appreciate that. And also, Mr. Ramirez, I'm showing you what's entitled State Motion to Supplement Pending Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney as well and understand it?
Yes, Judge.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 1
on or about the 17th day of November 2023 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Mark A. Ramirez committed the offense of possession of controlled substance penalty group 1 for 200 grams in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. Your Honor, we'll waive the remaining violated conditions.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 5 years in the prison and up to a $1,500 fine?
Yes, sir.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor, and that is to take in consideration the new cause number of 738804, which is a night mag possession case that you pled true to, and to reform the underlying sentence and revocation of 3 years.
Is that the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Ramirez, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, Judge.
All right. And did y'all previously confer with probation?
Did not.
Well, I did.
All right. Thank you.
Briefly,
I mean, it's a new year. We still can't forget about probation.
I did, Your Honor.
But Sean, I'm going to make them not forget about you. Probation is, are you all requesting revocation?
Your Honor, Ms. Ramirez, yes, to be short, yes.
Okay. All right. Then what the court will do, the court will grant the motion. Court will sentence you to 3 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine. Time and money is to run concurrent. Court will take in consideration NIMAC number 738844. If you would like, I could refer you to the therapeutic community. I can't force them to place you in the therapeutic community. You would still have to ask for it. So would you like that?
Yes, Judge.
All right. And I'll order the therapeutic community. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Judge.
Did you pass that over? Oh, thank you. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. How old are you?
50.
All right, you're 50. You're younger than I am, but as I tell everybody, I'm in the twilight of my life. I only have so many more years left on the planet unless I'm planning to live to 200 or something of that nature. And if I do, that means that I'm going to have to work.
No.
All right. So you need to make a decision in your life what you want to do. Even though you're going to prison, and I always tell people, anytime you spend in custody, that's a rough time because you're not free. You can't get up when you want to, can't even take a bath, right? You have to take a shower.
Sure, right.
So you need to decide how you want to spend your remaining time on the planet. If you have a drug or alcohol problem, there are free places to go when you get out of prison. So when you get out of prison, don't do the hooray and go back to the way life was before, because you're going to end up right back here.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you go to prison, don't become institutionalized. Take advantage of all the free opportunities they give you. You get free you get free medical treatment. Maybe not the best or the Cadillac of medical treatments, but it's still free. You can get your education while you're there for free. Pick up a trade while you're there for free so you can come out and do something with your life. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you. Okay.
Happy belated birthday, Judge.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
You
Have
have
a good
been
one.
excused.
Yes. And Adriana, do you have any documents for me to sign? Okay, sure, no problem. Because I received an email for some violation reports. Hi.
What's the bathroom to do with that?
Norma, do you have any scissors over there?
Yes.
The purple scissors and my purple pens. Thank you. Norma, the purple pens I received for Christmas. Thank you. Thank you, Deputy Laura.
Happy New Year again.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, Judge.
And they write so well. David Tabarez Perez. Hi.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Happy New Year.
I have this guy, Joe, that I didn't realize, except for next week on the 9th. Obviously he would be here, but I have a deposition I didn't realize set for that same date. And getting out of civil stuff is just horrific.
It's hard. Even though they know we take precedent. I understand. I'm not going to do that to you.
Thank you. If you want to set it 2 days later, Judge, I'm fine. I'll let the client
Well,
know.
I will tell you this, it's set for jury trial on that date.
Yes,
So
yes,
you
Judge.
probably need to confer with the state to see if they're okay with moving it. And
Yes,
if they're
Judge.
okay with moving it, then the court won't have a problem moving it.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll do that.
Okay.
Thank you.
And it's not on the docket today's date. Octavia Day. Hello, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Judge. We're on this side now, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so in this case, where are we on discovery?
We have all discovery that the state's given us. We've reviewed it. We're ready to proceed to trial.
All right, has an offer been tendered in this case? Okay. All right, Norma, on this case, give me a plea deadline date in 2 weeks, and then after that, we'll set it for trial.
I can do the 23rd, January 23rd.
All right, so Ms. Day, your plea deadline date is going to be October. It's going to be January 23rd.
Judge, I'm out of county on that day in Medina County. I apologize.
Okay, no problem.
The only day that month.
I can do the 22nd.
22nd.
All right. So your plea deadline date is going to be on January 22nd. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. If you choose not to accept the state's offer, then your plea deadline date will have expired and the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Do you have any questions about anything?
No.
All right. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Yes. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. All right. Yes.
State said it's okay, Judge.
All right. So Ms. Ferguson, The case that he's on, it's 2023 CR 5817. It was set for jury trial on that day. So what date can we set this for trial? How long do you expect this trial to last?
It's a robbery, so probably not more than 3 days.
All right, probably 2 days. You see?
I'm with you. I'll move fast.
No. Unless there is 13 hours video, because we had one trial that was 13 hours of video. So
Oh my God.
I judge it by that.
No.
And your client is on bond?
Yeah.
All right, you'll let him know?
I'll let him know, Judge.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, February 6th, counsel?
Yes, February 6th is perfect.
All right.
Thank you so much, Judge.
You're welcome. State on Tabares Pettis is being reset for jury trial for February 6th. Norma, you have Tabares, right? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Mhm. Okay, it's Andrade.
Yeah.
All right, could I see the file? All right. I wanted you here, but Norma is saying no.
No, I know.
And is your client here or in custody?
He's in custody. I'm just
Okay.
waiting for them to bring him out. I'm gonna tell him
Okay.
real quick, give him an update.
All right. Yeah.
Benson?
Cell phones need to be turned off. If it rings again, please walk out. Thank you. Are you almost done with it? I have to. Can you do more? Because she needs to. We're gonna get it done right now. You're welcome.
I made up with him and he said, I ain't got time for
Yeah. Ricardo Ramirez.
Judge, he is not here. He's set tomorrow.
Okay.
And what I wanted to ask is, I have drug court tomorrow morning, and then also I have a case in Gillespie County. So if the court would.
Hold on, Jennifer.
I was going to ask if we could come back next Monday.
Okay. You want to do next Monday or you want to do Friday?
Friday, I've got drug court in the morning. So
you want to do the 8th?
That would be great.
All right. Is your client on bond?
He's on bond.
All right. You'll let your client know?
Yes.
All right. We'll bring it back on the 8th.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So how's your new year?
You know, it was really good, Judge. We went to visit my father-in-law, and my wife has 5 brothers and sisters. And
oh, wow.
There's like 11 nieces and nephews. So we did sparklers with them at 6 p.m. and I was asleep by 9.
Oh, you can't beat that.
No, it's excellent. Did you have a good one?
Oh, I did. I was at home with family, so that's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I was telling Norman it's hard to come back in the matrix.
Oh, it is.
But I'm
Well,
glad.
you know, there was some guy, I don't know if they're a professor or whatever. He says that we are, or doctor, he says that we are living in the matrix, and there are signs that we are part of the matrix and we don't know it.
My dad swears it's aliens.
Yeah. So I tell you what, if I can escape, I will give you a choice of the red or blue pill.
And the question is, do we want to escape?
Yeah, that'll be it.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. You too.
Yeah, they should be. Right. No, I'm sure it's relative to he's not, but.
I was gonna ask for Tuesday. I realized that I have Wilson.
Can we do it Tuesday instead? Monday?
All right, can I see the file?
Sorry, Judge, I realized I have
Look at this.
on Monday.
You're starting the new year different now. Right, we'll put it for the 9th. Oh, yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, can I see the parties on Mara? Where are they? Yes. Where's the attorney? All right, court is calling 2023 CR 8580, State of Texas versus Jennifer Rhonda Mara. Can I have parties announced for the record? Can I have a stamp, please? No problem. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar from the state of Texas.
Defense.
William Davidson for Jennifer Mora.
And are you Jennifer Mara?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Mara, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney?
Yes,
did you
ma'am.
understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am, and yes, ma'am.
Going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. And yes,
Counsel,
ma'am.
do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm used to looking over here. State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Mora, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams? That's a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, you're all going to have to whisper in the box. If you can't whisper in the box, then you can't talk in the box. And there's no talking in the box behind the court reporter. If you want to have your witness, your client move to the other end, they will do that. Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Ms. Mora, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, I am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney?
Yes,
Did you
ma'am, I did.
understand it?
And yes, ma'am, I did.
And did you sign it in all appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, I believe so, I did.
Did you understand, according to the plea, there's a $250 fine. The state recommends deferred adjudication, and there's to be regular and random drug testing.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Counsel, is that the plea?
Yes, sir.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Judge.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did
Yes,
you
I did.
understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 8 years, and there be 100 hours of community service, restitution, and a TAP evaluation. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
State offers State Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
Any objections?
No objection, Your
All right, you may continue to confer. Ms. Moore, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. Dinah, I'm sorry, I will slow down. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you have applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, my client tells me she's not going to have anything else to do with drugs and that she's going to do everything this court tells her to do. And she has sat here all morning and saw you sentencing people well undeferred.
All right. So what is happening with this case that's out of Fayette County?
Fayette County was, when this case happened, they had arrested me for the Fayette County warrant. I was pulled over and I was put on probation in Fayette County for 8 years, and I switched it over here. This happened whenever I was arrested during the Fayette County warrant. I more or less, they gave me a ticket and I didn't know if that was what was going on with that. I moved to Chicago. I came back and I had a warrant. I had no idea. And then.
So you don't know what's happening with Fayette County?
Oh, no, I'm on probation with Fayette County.
Oh, counsel, do you want to have a seat?
All
right, thank you.
I'm on probation with Fayette County through here. I have my officer, what's her name? Louise.
So what's happening with that case? Does she have a warrant for that?
No, I'm good. I'm good. She's gonna actually, my probation officer for now is gonna be my probation officer for here too. They're gonna put it together.
All right, do you have any children?
I do. I have grandchildren too.
All right, what are your children's ages?
26 and 29.
All right. Why the tears? I don't understand.
Yes, I want to take this on for my grandbabies.
Yeah, I mean, you need to do it for yourself.
Well,
because how old are your grandchildren?
My grandchildren are 1 and 6 months.
All right. So, I mean, you have to do it for yourself. When's the last time you've seen your grandchildren?
Christmas.
If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And before you even say you're going to get drug tested today, so just be honest with me.
They should be negative.
All right. What do you mean should be?
They're not going to be negative.
When's the last time you used?
It's been a while.
What's a while?
Marijuana wise, I smoked probably about a month and a half ago. And it was very little. And besides that, I should be okay. It's out in 30 days. So
are you employed?
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm doing punch out and clean up for a construction company, CNF Construction.
All right. Any questions?
No, yeah.
Okay. This is what the court is going to do. It's going to be 8 years deferred adjudication. $250 fine. That will be probated. I'm going to want a TAP evaluation. Follow TAP results. I'm sorry, recommendation. If they're asking for inpatient treatment, we're going to start with intensive outpatient treatment. If they're asking for outpatient treatment, we're still going to start with intensive outpatient treatment. 100 hours of community service restitution. Proof of employment within 30 days. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There should be no unsupervised contact with minors. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once she completes the parenting classes and the 100 hours of community service restitution will be deemed satisfied. I'm assuming you want, yes.
About the parenting classes and no unsupervised visits with minors. I watch my grandbaby on Mondays and Tuesdays. I have to, or my daughter can't work.
I can't have you watching children until your life is in order, and I deem that it's in order.
Well, these are my grandchildren.
I understand that. Let me ask you something. Do you love your grandchildren?
Of course I love my grandchildren.
A lot?
My daughter has
but wait, let me ask you this. Do you love your grandchildren?
Yes.
Do you love them a lot?
Yes.
All right. So, would you just let anybody take care of them?
No, but I'm the only venue she has right now.
My question is, would you just let anybody take care of them?
Of course not.
All right. So, let's say I come to your house and you want me to take care of your grandchildren because something came up, you can't do it, and your grandchildren love me. I got great references, right? And you watch me, you have cameras, you say, Stephanie, we want you. And I say, great. And then I tell you, there's something I didn't tell you. I was out with a fugitive task force and they came to a hotel and arrested me and there was meth everywhere.
Well, my daughter understands this.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Sometimes family members understand things. And I don't know why people do this with children. With children, people don't plan to have children. They have no idea, okay, I need daycare because I got to work, or either I'm not going to work. So how am I going to support my children? And guess what they end up doing? They end up getting whoever they can get to babysit their children. They're like, oh, it's a relative. I know she's used drugs in the past. I know it was meth. I know it was marijuana. I know she's on probation for that. I know a fugitive task force just picked her up. But the answer is no, I can't have that because you know what? I guarantee you, God forbid something happens to your grandchildren while they're in your care. And you know what the first question is going to be asked? Well, what judge would allow her, not even done treatment, to babysit a 1-year-old and a 6-month-old? And I know how 1-year-olds and 6-month-olds are. I have a niece who's 2. I love her. She is so demanding, but the answer is no. Those are my rules. All right, parenting classes. Once you started on parenting classes, once you started your treatment, then the court will reconsider. But for now, there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. If you have unsupervised contact with minors, what's going to end up happening is a motion to revoke is going to be filed, and you're looking at 10 years in the prison. There's going to be field visit, random 1 time per month.
What?
There is to be random UAs or either a patch, regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Probation, is there anything else you need?
No, Your Honor.
All right, anything else you need from the court?
No.
All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Right. And we can go off the record. I know you think I'm being harsh. I'm not listening, but I am listening. But part of my job is to protect the community. And sometimes people don't consider children part of the community. Many times people consider children as property. Like I tell them what to do and that's what they need to do. But a 1-year-old and a 6-month-old can't take care of themselves. You can't just put them at Travis Park and say, I've had you, good luck to you. And for some reason, I don't know what's wrong with people. They do not put children first. It's just sort of like a handbag or something. Let me dress this child up. Look, they're so pretty. And then they're on their own. But what I can tell you is, when I would have clients that I've represented on CPS sites, moms who had drug issues, I would always tell them, this is where you are at the point in your life now. We're trying to get you better and get you over this so you can get your children back. So where you are at the point in your life is the fugitive task force had to go pick you up at a hotel. And when they go to the hotel, there's meth and everything. That's a problem, right?
That is
so
problem then.
Yeah. So you have to prove to me that you should be in the children's lives unsupervised. If you can prove that to me, I'll allow it to happen. All right. Thank you. Miguel Mesa.
Thank you, Honor.
Thank you. Good seeing you. Happy New Year. It's always good seeing you, Bill.
Thank you.
We need to do a class reunion.
I'd like to do that.
Before we're 100, right?
That's good.
Hello.
Hello, Judge.
Hi.
How you doing, man?
All right, I'm doing fine. So you think the 49ers are going to do something this year?
I'm doing everything. Oh, yeah, Niner Nation all the way.
Okay. She laughs.
Let me guess, Cowboys? Philly?
I'm originally from Louisiana. So, but we would always get the Cowboys game. So I do like the Cowboys, but the Cowboys, they tend to always disappoint you.
That's why.
The days of Roger Staubach have passed us by. That's
Touche.
when I would watch it.
Judge,
it's been our year every year since I've been kids.
Yeah, it is. But I will tell you, when Roger Staubach was the quarterback, I don't care if the Cowboys were down by 30 points with 2 minutes left in the game. You always felt that they could pull it out.
Yeah, make a chance, yeah.
And he had, I think his thumb or something was broken. His thumb was like so crooked or something, but he was great.
Just like Joe Montana for the Niners.
Yeah, no, don't even mention his name to me. All right. Court is calling 2023 CR 10182, State of Texas versus Miguel Mesa. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state.
Defense?
Elizabeth Settle for the defense.
And are you Mr. Mesa?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Mesa, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney?
Yes,
Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Oops. Showing you what's entitled a True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Mesa, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of credit debit card abuse? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Mesa, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone forced you to wear that jersey?
Say yes.
I'm not gonna say nothing on that one.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2023 CR 10181. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There have not.
Next, I'm showing you, I keep looking over there. Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 150 hours community service, restitution in the anti-theft course. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes,
then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
I offer State's Exhibit 1 and the attachments, Your Honor.
No objection.
Oh, you may continue to confer. Going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just Judge, that he is very remorseful about his bad judgment in this case. He's got a wife and 4 children, was working at the pizzeria, had been out of work for the previous 8 months due to triple bypass surgery. It's not an excuse, it's just a little background on what led to this offense. He's got, his only other prior conviction was a Class B evading from the year 2000, 24 years ago. So we're just asking that you follow the recommendation.
All right, and what is happening with the other person who was a part of this?
The person.
The person, because they're saying that the first statement here says a black male, and then it says that the other person that was identified in the photo was his wife.
She had nothing, no knowledge of what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know the first one you said. I don't know who that is. I was by myself.
All right.
I don't know who that is.
No, you can't steal.
No, I know. And I'm sorry for that. Like I said, I was going through a hard time after my surgery. I didn't work. Just no
People go through hard times, but you can't be using things that don't belong to you.
I know that.
And honestly, usually when somebody accidentally leaves a purse behind or a wallet behind, and the person calls the business and say, "Hey, did you get my wallet?" And they say yes, and they're like, "Oh, thank goodness." They come down, and if everything is there, they usually give somebody a reward and say, "Oh, thank you so much. Here's $60. But you can't be going around using people's credit cards.
Sorry about that.
All right. Is there amount? Because it says charges were $350 that were made on the card. At Family Dollar. Family Dollar, I guess, is no longer just the dollar. So we have Family Dollar, the Shell, and Quick Trope gas station.
Yes, Your Honor, I forgot to put restitution TBD in the
All right, so I'm going to order the $350 restitution. If you feel that that is not the appropriate amount, you can always come back to the court. Do you have any objections to that, counsel?
Not at this time, Judge.
All right. How many children do you have?
Total 7.
What are their ages?
They live with me. I have 4 that live with me.
Okay.
15, 17, 5 and 6. 4 and 6.
And the others that do not live with you?
My daughters are 27 and 24.
And are you currently employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
I'm a manager at Sophia's Pizzeria. I'm a
Okay.
chef.
So here's my question. So you take a bag.
I didn't take anything. First of all, I found it outside. Just
Okay, so instead of turning it in, you take that and they still keep you employed there?
well, they find out what's going on here first.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. Take in consideration 2023 CR 10181. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
The only thing I take is from my heart. That's all I take.
All right, there's going to be regular UAs, 150 hours of community service restitution. Once he completes parenting classes, that will be deemed satisfied. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Field visits, 1 time per month for 2 months. And thereafter at probation's discretion. All right, they're asking for the anti-theft course. Here's my theft course. Don't take what doesn't belong to you.
Sorry.
The end. If it doesn't belong to you, you can't take it.
I agree.
And there's no, don't do that thing, what people always say on television, possession is 9/10 of the law. Don't even do that. You understand?
I know. I do.
Probation, is there anything else he needs? I'm sorry, regular reporting by Zoom or in person?
Nothing else, John.
Anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck. You have children. Make better decisions for them so they can be proud of you. You understand?
I will. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
I'll come back when the Niners win the Super Bowl.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll see you back in 10 years, maybe. Same time the Saints will probably win. Who's here for Andre Moody?
Your Honor, it's a compliance hearing.
All right, Andre Moody? Sure.
The five in the back.
All right, Mr. Moody,
Yes, ma'am.
do you want to be on probation for the rest of your life or end up going to prison?
No, ma'am.
So, one, you got to stop using marijuana. I know people think marijuana is not a big deal, but in Texas, it still is a big deal. And you cannot use marijuana while on probation, and you cannot drink alcohol while on probation. Those are the rules. That's the law. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you continue to use marijuana, that tells me that you want to go to prison. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is a case. Let me see. You're on deferred adjudication. So you're looking up to 10 years in prison. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So they're requesting that you do intensive outpatient treatment, that you restart it. If you miss your classes for intensive outpatient treatment, you know what that tells me? Maybe you want to go to prison. And if you get sent to prison, how long could you possibly go for? 10 years. Do you want to go to prison for 10 years? All right. If you don't want to go to prison, then you had better start doing what's being asked of you on probation. You understand? And if you're tested today, are you going to be positive? When's the last time you used marijuana?
Probably like a month and a half.
All right, they're going to test you today.
Is there no confusion?
Yes.
Okay, so we just have a few concerns. The test that was done right before Christmas on 12/20 tested positive for marijuana. The other concerns are he has been on probation since 2020. And it appears that all of his classes are outstanding.
So,
hasn't done like a BIP class or his parenting classes or anything like that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a reset for me to get an update on this. I'm going to reset you in a month.
Yes,
and if you have not started those classes by that time, probation, I'm going to ask that a motion to revoke be filed. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you had better start. We're not doing this thing. You've been on since 2020 and have done nothing. It's like you're not even on probation. You're just living your life. And guess what? You don't get to just live your life when you're on probation because you have a contract. You understand? So, Ms. Abrams, if we set this for an update for me in February, will that give him enough time to have started the classes?
Yes, Judge.
All right. What date do you recommend we come back in February?
The second week. Great.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, can you put this for the week of February 5th?
I can do. Yes, yeah.
All right. We're going to come back on February 8th, and you had better not miss another class. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you need to make a decision. Is marijuana worth 10 years prison potentially? If the answer is yes, then just let me know and we'll see about accommodating your 10 years. And when you go to prison, when people ask you, why were you here? You can tell them, the mean judge sent me to prison for 10 years for using marijuana. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you'll get a reset form and then you are excused once you speak with probation. All right, thank you. Michael Thornton. Hello. How are you doing?
I've been better.
Well, it's a new year, so we're all here. We're currently alive, so that's a good thing.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you're supposed to provide proof of hospitalization. Did you give that to probation?
Yes, ma'am. And I have my complete medical records. I just got them this morning, and I'll email them to Natalie Boyd, Blodgett, our probation officer.
All right, so here's the thing. You cannot, when you're on probation, you cannot just be moving wherever you want to move. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you do that again, what's going to end up happening is a motion to revoke is going to be filed. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
So probation on Mr. Thornton, I have the proof of his medical records, that there were issues. So what are your concerns and what does he need to do?
So Judge, I think the main concern is there's not a set place where he's living at this point. We don't have any type of proof where he's living, or anything like that.
All right, where are you living? Who are you living? Well, who are you living with?
With my sister from Wimberley.
Wimberley.
Yeah, when I worked, I'm in Canyon Lake. I work at Canyon Lake, it's close to Wimberley. Yeah, I got in a major vehicle accident, so I've been going to Austin a lot for my therapy, my surgery. I have 2 surgeries coming up. I've been staying in Wimberley with my sister.
All right, when are your surgeries?
January 19th and February 1st.
All right, so probation. Let's see, which county is Wimberley?
Hays County.
Hays County. And Canyon Lake, is that Hays as well or no? Comal County?
And then my doctor's appointment's in Travis County.
So you're living with your cousin in Canyon Lake?
Yes.
All right, and probation, is that within your purview of supervision or no?
Yes, Judge, it is. However, your field visits will not, we can't do those.
All right, so then what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to call into probation weekly.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have him do a call in with y'all. He's still gonna have his regular appointment schedule, but I want him to do a call in weekly until mid-February, because by then he should be finished with his surgeries. And I want to make sure that he doesn't fall up on the map with drug use or anything of that nature.
Okay.
And then with regards to what he's on probation for, is the complainant aware of this? Any concerns from the complainant?
Your Honor, I'm not quite sure she's aware or they're aware.
All right, Mr. Villarreal.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Thornton.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you see if there have been any issues with the complainant?
Yeah, Your Honor.
All right. And is there anything else he needs?
So Your Honor, does he have your permission to travel within the 3 to 4 counties?
Yes, he can travel to Bear. He can travel to Hays, but you're only traveling to Hays for your medical appointments only. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And then Comal County, he's allowed to live in Comal County. And you're staying with your cousin. What's your cousin's name?
Edward Zdunzik.
Edward what?
Zdunzik.
How do you spell that?
CDUNCZYK.
All right.
Your Honor, I apologize. I'm confused a little bit. I thought I just heard him say that he was living with his sister. That's why.
Oh, no, that's what he said.
Okay,
but it's his cousin. Because in the supplemental report I have, it says that he's staying with his cousin in Canyon Lake.
That was my probation officer has that address and all that listed as my living where I live.
Okay. So
I can bring proof of that next time.
All right, so you're living with your cousin in Canyon Lake.
Yes, ma'am.
And what's your cousin's name again?
Edward Zdunzik.
Spell the last name and spell it slowly.
ZDUNCZYK.
CC.
CD. ZD. It's a hard name.
ZDUN.
CZYK.
Okay.
Zdunzik.
All right, and then he's allowed to travel to Wimberley, Texas. His sister's in Wimberley, Texas. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And he's allowed to travel to Wimberley, Texas for medical appointments. And what's your sister's name?
Emily Gonzalez.
And
We haven't spoken to the victim since he was put into inpatient, but I can specifically, I can have the advocate farm specifically address the issues. Because I'm understanding the court's concerned about him residing in Canyon Lake and visiting Wimberley.
Yes.
And I can have her update on the information, but from a global perspective, I don't anticipate that will be an issue.
Okay.
But I'll inform her.
All right. And probation, is there anything else he needs?
No, Judge.
All right. So you better stay in contact with probation.
Yes, ma'am.
And no more of this moving to wherever you want to move. You
Yes,
understand?
yes, ma'am. It's just for work and because of the accident.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Who's here on Macy Malone?
I'm here, Your Honor. Approach?
Yes. Where's Macy Malone?
She's set tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
And I'm in federal court in Del Rio. She has a pending psych eval that was ordered by Judge Carruthers. What I was going to ask is, in light of the pending psych eval, if we could just get a reset so we could see if she's.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. They have a psych evaluation that's pending. It's been pending since November. What date do you want to recall this on?
I think February 8th.
All right, we'll be back on February 8th.
And I have a second client.
Just 1 second. Is your client on bond?
Macy Malone is in state custody.
Okay. And Crystal, who's your next client?
Crystal Moreno.
All right, Crystal Moreno.
Set tomorrow. And because I'm in Del Rio, I was just going to ask if this was recalled to Friday.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. And is she on bond?
Yes.
All right, will you inform her?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we'll recall this on Friday.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, and I think you have one more that I put. The other client.
Kaufman? Is that the one?
Yes.
Oh, I'm here for Kaufman. She's a no-show, so.
All right. Court is calling 2023 CR 10497, State of Texas versus Yolanda Kaufman. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar from the state of Texas.
Defense.
I'm Mel Doffett for Yolanda Kaufman.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 11:36 a.m. Your client has not made an appearance. Have you had contact with her?
Once in person, she came to my office unannounced, and that's it.
All right. Deputy, has there been an announcement?
Yes, Your Honor, and there was no answer in the hallway.
State?
Your Honor, state moves for a bond forfeiture.
All right, that will be granted and your client will be remanded without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Renee Esparza. I'm sorry. Yeah, Esparza. Okay. All right, we'll do. All right, where are we on this case?
Judge statement and offer to us today. We have our discovery. We need to, oh, I'm sorry. You're good. You're good. We need to just have a little time to talk it over, Judge, if you'd set us a plea.
All right, Ms. Ferguson on Esparza, Renee Rodrigo Esparza. Can you give me a plea deadline date? 3 weeks, please.
Yes, ma'am. 29th, Judge.
All right, we'll come back on January 29th. That would be your plea deadline date. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
Adam Gonzalez.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So do you have all the discovery?
Actually,
there's a couple of bits of discovery that Jason is going to be going over, Mr. Garahan.
Okay, what's needed?
And he's made an offer. We are conferring on that. We'd like some additional time in order to consider the offer and also to review the evidence.
All right, so what's the discovery issue?
It's just some videos that need to be reviewed, Judge.
All right.
Body cams.
All right, Ms. Ferguson.
Officers that responded.
Can you set this for me in 30 days, please? Regular reset?
Yes, ma'am.
We should be ready.
Okay, thank you.
I can do February 5th.
Say it again.
All right, we'll come back on February 5th. All right, thank you. Thank you for addressing appropriately for court.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mark Aguilar.
Can we do it on the 6th, Judge?
All right, let me see the file. What date are you asking?
The 6th, which is the following day.
Sure.
Thank you.
Let's see what's going on here. All right, so when you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And you're getting drug tested today.
Negative for sure. I'm not worried about
All right. All right, well, we're going to do a drug test today and then we'll come back.
She already did it.
Oh, she did? What were the results of the drug test?
She just stepped out.
All right, just give us a moment.
No
Just
problem.
have a seat and we'll come back. Tina Marie Sanchez.
Hi.
Okay, I'll take it up in just a second.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Court is calling 2023 CR 11027, State of Texas versus Tina Marie Sanchez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar from the state of Texas.
Defense.
Alma Benavides.
Are you Ms. Sanchez? Counsel, you received the discovery. Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, may I interrupt after this point?
Yes.
I do want to bring to the court's attention, and this is going to happen in 2 other co-defendants cases, but I did confer with defense counsel for all the cases together. They did bring up several issues to my attention that I could have potentially.
Just 1 second. Which co-defendants are these?
It should be Victor Escobar and then Juan Carlos Olave. Thank you. Please.
Okay, so it's Victor Escobar, her.
Juan Carlos Olave.
All right. Diana, are you okay with doing these all at the same time or no?
And Judge, I will.
Okay.
I will bring to the court's attention. So the attorney for Juan Carlos hasn't signed off on any of the plea paperwork yet.
Okay. So who's the attorney on Victor Escobar?
I am, Your Honor.
Come forward. And Mr. Escobar, come forward. And if you'll slide. All right, court is going to call 2023 CR 11027A and 2023 CR 11027B, State of Texas versus Victor Javier Escobar and Tina Marie Sanchez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense.
Alma Benavides for Miss Escobar. I'm sorry. For Miss Sanchez.
Bob Hicks representing Victor Escobar, Your Honor.
Counsel, in each of the cause numbers, have you all received all the discovery and did you review those with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
State, you want to put something on the record with regards to discovery?
Yes, Your Honor. So I conferred with defense counsel for all the co-defendants at the same time out in the hallway. Several issues were brought to my attention that could have been looked into that may be mitigating. I told defense that I could look into these issues. Shortly thereafter, defense for all the defendants said that they would accept the plea offer that was already previously tendered. So I just wanted to put that on the record that there were issues that were brought up, but we were told that they still wanted to take the offer.
Is that correct, defense?
That is correct, Your Honor.
It is, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Escobar and Ms. Sanchez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication and Community Supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney and did you understand them and sign them, Ms. Sanchez?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Escobar?
Yes, Your Honor.
And each of the cause numbers, I'm going to show you all what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review those with your attorney? Did you understand them, Ms. Sanchez?
Yes,
Mr. Escobar?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, in each of the cause numbers, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
In each cause number, I'm going to show you all what's entitled Court Admonishments. Mr. Escobar and Ms. Sanchez, did each of you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? Did you sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor.
And each cause number, do you understand you're charged with burglary of a building with intent to commit theft? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that you each have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering these pleas you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into pleas in these cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your, counsels, has anyone, I'm so sorry. It's so hot in here. Okay, both attorneys. Do you believe your client has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against them?
Yes, Your Honor.
I do so believe.
Do you believe they're currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Mr. Sanchez and Mr. Escobar, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea? You're going to need to speak up.
No, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Going to find that both parties have knowingly and voluntarily waived their right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain pages. Did you all review those with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, there's a $400 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. There's to be restitution payable to Andrew Fraught, F-R-A-U-G-H-T. Mr. Escobar, they're taking in consideration County Court cause number 721816. Did both of you all understand that to be the plea, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense attorneys?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Sanchez?
Yes.
Ms. Escobar?
Yes, Your Honor.
And each cause number, I'm showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you both review that with your attorneys? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 100 hours of community service, restitution, and CATS 1 and 2. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Ms. Sanchez.
Yes,
Mr. Escobar.
Yes, Your Honor.
Then Ms. Sanchez, to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Mr. Escobar, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Contest.
State any evidence to support the plea?
State offer states Exhibit 1 in both cases.
No objections, Your Honor.
No objections, Your Honor.
Your Honor, one more thing for the record. I know because of the last names between me and Mr. Escobar, we're not related. Never seen him before. I told defense attorneys for all three of the co-defendants that I had no relation.
All right. Is that correct? You're not related to him?
Yes.
Okay, I thought he was going to say that's not true. All right. All right. Thank you.
A little suspense, Judge.
Yes. And Ms. Sanchez and Ms. Escobar, in each case, I'm going to show you what's entitled wavering consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review those with your attorney? Did you understand them? Did you sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you each of you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find in each case that the defendants have knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, in each cause number, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding you guilty as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we're just asking the court to honor the plea bargain.
Counsel, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We wish the court to honor the plea bargain, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Sanchez, do you have any children?
I do, but they're grown.
All right. Any grandchildren?
I have 5 grandchildren.
What are their ages?
14, 12, 5, 2, and 9 months.
All right. Are you in their life?
In and out.
If you're drug tested today, what will be the results?
I would be clean.
When's the last time you used?
Long time ago.
And what was it?
Marijuana.
All right. This is what the court, are you employed?
I'm working on that.
All right. So how do you support yourself?
My daughters.
All right. Who do you live with?
My daughter.
All right. You're going to have to get a job.
Yes, I know.
You know, honestly, children are not supposed to support parents.
I know that.
All right. And how do you know Mr. Escobar?
He is actually a friend of my boyfriend.
All right. And how old are you?
37.
And how old are you?
50.
All right. It's okay to be a cougar. This is not I mean, there's no problem with that. I'm just asking. All right. There's to be 3 years deferred adjudication. A $400 fine. That's, I'm telling you, men do it all the time.
That's my man.
Oh, that's your man in the box?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. 3 years deferred adjudication. $400 fine, probated, restitution to Andrew Fraught, Cats 1 and 2. There's to be no contact with Victor Escobar. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Proof of employment. within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And I'm going to want field visits 1 time per month for 3 months, and then at probation's discretion. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No, Your Honor, I think that's it.
All right, I'm gonna show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so off the record, it's okay that that's your boyfriend. I could do a no contact order with him. I'm not going to do that, but what I am going to do is he cannot go and live at your daughter's house with you. You understand? So if you plan on living with your daughter, he cannot live there. In probation, he is not allowed to live with her at her daughter's house.
And that's the boyfriend?
Yes.
And name?
What's your name, sir? It's Juan Carlos.
And Judge, did you want to go ahead and order the TAP and the community service?
Yes. Do the TAP evaluation, follow TAP recommendations, and if they request inpatient treatment, we'll start out with the outpatient treatment. And I'll do 200 hours of community service restitution. That'll be waived once she completes parenting classes. All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, if there is an issue and with probation, you can always show up to court. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Be excused.
Yes. All right, Victor Escobar. Hi. Do you have any children?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
What are their ages?
16, 14, 9, and 10. 10 and 9.
All right. Are they living with you or living with someone else?
The 2 oldest, they stay with their mother. And the 2, they're in and out with the relatives, vacations, stuff like that.
No, they're just not. The 9 and 10-year-old are not just doing in and out with relatives for vacation. What's going on?
Well, they're not really, they're my stepkids. That's why.
Okay. All right. When's the last time you were employed?
About 2 years ago, right after I got out of TDC, ma'am.
All right. And what were you in TDC for?
I had some controlled substance charges.
All right. All right. This is what we're going to do. It's $400 fine. That will be probated. 3 years deferred adjudication. CATS 1 and 2. TAP evaluation in custody. Follow TAP recommendations. Take in consideration County Court Cause number 721816. Restitution to Andrew Fraught. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Random regular UAs. Field visits. 1 time per month for 3 months. Then at probation's discretion. No contact with Tina Sanchez. There's to be 100 hours of community service restitution. You're to complete parenting classes. Proof of employment within 3 months. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. No unsupervised contact with minors. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
No, Your Honor, that'll be it.
Is there anything else you need from the court? Going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. If you need anything, just let the court know.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mark Aguilar.
Those results today were negative.
All right, awesome. Let me see here. All right, so here's your problem. You're not complying with UAs. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, so you're on deferred adjudication. If you don't comply with your UAs and I receive a report, you're looking at potentially going to prison for 10 years. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
So you had better start complying with your UAs. If you do not, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. We're not going to have this conversation again about excuses as to why you won't do your UAs. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And with parenting classes, probation, do you have any objection to the court approving the parenting classes that he took?
No, Judge.
All right, so I'll approve parenting classes and you're going to do random monthly UAs. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Or either you can do the patch. So it'll be random monthly UAs or the patch. Is there anything else you need from the court?
No.
All right, thank you. All right, this is the last case and the court is going on recess. Carla Gonzalez. And Norma, everything else will have to be called back for Thursday or Friday. Court is calling 2023 CR 8336, State of Texas versus Carla Gonzalez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
David Rodriguez for the defendant.
And are you Carla Gonzalez? Yes, ma'am. Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. I don't see it, but I'm assuming you filed a motion application for probation or deferred adjudication?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Court is going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 grams to 4 grams? That is a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked? Court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I believe so.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, I do.
Miss Gonzalez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, no, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than a plea? Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, state recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions? Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. I'm sorry. Showing you outside the agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 3 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 150 hours community service restitution, no harmful or injurious contact with Isaiah Martinez. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Or no contest.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor, I offer State's Exhibit 1 in the attachments.
No objection.
Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding you guilty as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Only that I would urge the court to follow our plea bargain agreement.
All right, how many children do you have?
I have 5 and 3 babies.
All right, how old are your children?
The age is 23, 22, 19, 13, and then 9, almost 10.
All right, who's taking care of the 13, 9-year-old, and 10-year-old?
The 9 and 13-year-old, my mom is.
I'm sorry, what?
My mom is.
Is Child Protective Services involved?
No, ma'am.
All right. When's the last time you had employment?
It's been a while.
Why?
Just haven't found a job.
All right, I can tell you right now, I know that Isaiah Martinez is your son. You're not going to be allowed to live with him.
Oh, no, I know that.
All right. Okay. So you need to get employment and get on your feet. We're going to do 3 years deferred adjudication, 150 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. She needs intensive parenting classes. Once she completes those, the community service will be deemed satisfied. No contact with Isaiah Martinez. If she gets her life together, I'll consider allowing her to have contact. Obviously, he loves her, but there was violence in this situation plus drugs. You can't be living with your children and bringing drugs into their home. You understand? Mm-hmm. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. TAP evaluation in custody. Follow TAP recommendations. If they recommend inpatient treatment, then it's to be inpatient treatment. I'm going to run a referral to felony drug court. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. The UA hotline until further notice. Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. And probation with the field visits, I'm just trying to make sure she's in classes and is on the right track before that's discontinued at your discretion.
Thank you.
All right, is there anything else she needs?
No, Your Honor, I think that's it.
All right, anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Amen.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, Because I followed your plea bargaining agreement and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. You're gonna have to do better. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, everyone, the court is in recess.
Just one more procedure.
Oh, so yeah. We're in recess.